and welcome to Ims Today. This is Tanishi, and today we have a very honourable guest with us, Ms. Radhika Ramaseshan. She is a consultant editor at Business Standard and has worked for over 4 decades now. So welcome, ma'am. So you have many years of experience. Can you tell us about the changes you have observed in your experience?
Yeah, the first big change that I have observed is that print journalism is losing its precedence, and it was overtaken by TV quite a few years ago, and now digital. So these have posed challenges even for a veteran print journalist like me. I'm still trying to understand online journalism. TV, I've got a hang of it, what TV expects and what it doesn't expect. So this change in the media is one of the biggest changes that I have observed. Secondly, a very distressing change that I have observed is that there is less and less investment in news gathering. When we were doing journalism, we were in the thick of journalism, our newspapers never thought about cutting funds for news gathering, which meant that when I was in the Northeast, I could travel to every state. There are 7 plus 1. Sikkim is also part of the Northeast, 8 states. So, and the Northeast is a very newsy region in India. So whenever there was a clash or a conflict or elections in our states other than Assam where I was based, I was free to hire a car, take the cameraman along. We could stay in the best hotels wherever we went, and no questions were asked when the bills were submitted. Now, years later, I find that there is very little investment in news gathering. Generally, reporters are told that if there is a city news break, you don't really have to spend too much. But if there is a news break in some remote area, then you either have a stringer who you don't know at all, or you contact the police or some local officials. It's all second-hand information. And I want to emphasize that first-hand information is vital for good journalism. As a reporter, you have to be present on the spot. It is your business to find out what happened. The 5 Ws and the 1 H. It is very important. And it's not the fault of the reporter if he or she is not allowed to go to the spot. The fault lies entirely with the management, and they should start looking at serious reportage all over again instead of asking reporters to be dependent on tweets and Facebook and other second-hand information.
All right, ma'am. So when you started your journey, what were the kinds of obstacles you faced in the initial days?
Oh, first of all, the environment was not very hostile to women. It wasn't. Now, journalism is equitably divided between men and women. In fact, in the audience, I saw that there were many more girls, and I'm very happy about that. There was very little gender parity when I entered the newsroom, and when I joined, my first assignment was you cover a flower show. I was very upset. I said, I'm not here to cover flower shows, but the editor was insistent. No, you have to. That's the way you begin in journalism. I just thought to myself, is that what you do in journalism, cover flower shows? In fact, I half thought of quitting the profession and taking up something else. The next assignment was covering a baby show, and this is in Bombay. Again, I was livid. I said, what is this baby show? So I decided, let me teach them a lesson. I'll do it the way I want. And Bombay is full of street people, homeless people. So, on the one hand, in the baby show, you saw all these fat, well-nourished, fair-looking babies. And outside, you saw these skinny, dark-skinned children crying, I think, for whatever, milk or food. So I just decided I'm going to present a contrast, and I told the cameraman who came with me that don't focus attention just on the well-fed babies, right? Focus more attention on the homeless kids, starved. So that's the way I looked at it. And then the editor sort of figured out that, she is in for some serious kind of journalism, and he didn't give me such assignments in future. He put me on the civic beat, municipal corporation, which was very good for me because it helped me understand politics the way I think any other beat could not have. So there was definitely some kind of lack of gender parity. I wouldn't say there was active discrimination, but slowly over the years I've found that women get equally challenging assignments. There is no question of male-female divide anymore. I mean, if there is a calamity somewhere in Kashmir or say even a tsunami in Kanyakumari, and as a woman you are asked to go at a minute's notice, you better go. No excuses, nothing. So that is one kind of an obstacle I faced, which I now feel has been removed completely.
All right, ma'am. So do you have any career guidance or any tips for our future media aspirants?
It depends on which sector you go into, because each is quite different. The demands are different. Print is different. The dynamics are different. Digital is different, and TV is different. So my advice would be study the medium very carefully before you embark on a career. And if it is TV that suits you, well, by all means, please go in for TV. But your reporting has to be sincere, truthful, objective, and diligent. I mean, these are the 4 criteria I would always bear in mind.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. And thank you for watching this video. This is Tanishi with cameraman Aman Verma. IMS Today, नई सोच नया जोश.